Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to Harry's Highlights. On this video, we're going to talk about the book Ultimate Power. Now, this is all about understanding how to reach your full potential, and it's about understanding that ultimate power can be summed up in one word: action. Because knowledge is nothing without action. Knowledge just isn't enough. There are plenty of people who are successful with knowledge and without knowledge, and understanding that it's not the knowledge is what that makes you successful, it's the action. Because there's plenty of people who have all the knowledge in the world but have achieved nothing at the same time. And there's plenty of people out there who are far, far, far more successful than I am, who have far, far, far less knowledge than what I do. Because it's the application, not just the acquiring of knowledge. So understanding that is how you can understand how you can achieve ultimate power. And thinking about things that, like, you've got to accept things, you have to accept that for things to change, you have to change. You can't just sit there and hope for it to happen. It can't just be intention. It can't just be wishful thinking. It has to have doing behind it. It's anything that you just intend to do or just hope to do with no action is just a wish. That's the difference between, making it and not making it. See, you've got to understand that it's not what happens to you in life, but how you handle it, or how you respond to it. See, plenty of people in these terrible situations and terrible circumstances and things like that, but they respond to it differently. And that's the reason why they become successful, they become wealthy, or they achieve more in life. How many people, have come from like third world countries, they don't even have carpet on the ground. Yet, they do everything they can to immigrate to a new country, and they become, extremely wealthy business people. Because they have seen what it's like and what they don't want to have. So other people who have everything, go to the best schools, have the best upbringing, the best life, all the resources they could possibly imagine, and still achieve next to nothing. Because it's all about how you handle things, how you respond to things. It's not what's happened to you, but how you respond to it. And part of that ultimate power is controlling that area of your life as well. Understanding that you need to have that positive mindset, that positive attitude towards things, and that is part of ultimate power. Is about not only having that ultimate power, but how you handle it, and how the journey to achieving ultimate power. See, understand that success doesn't happen to you by accident. It's a planned event. It's something that you work towards. You don't just wake up and all of a sudden you're successful. It's something that you worked at it. You plan your work, and you work your plan. And then based on that, like say for example, you start an apprenticeship or you start a degree or anything like that, at the end of the 4 years, you're expecting a result of success. Same thing here. You start out on the journey of success, you put together a plan, you put together steps and goals you want to achieve, and based on following that plan, that recipe, that blueprint, you will then achieve success. It's not an accident, it's something that you've planned and worked for. It's purposeful and deliberate. See, the other thing that what I want to talk about is that ultimate power is the ability to produce results that you desire most, but also create value for others in the process. So it's not always about just personal gain. It's also about how you can then, acquiring that personal gain will help others improve their life. So it's about a rising tide lifting all ships. We all want to rise, but helping others rise as well is part of the process of ultimate power. They always say the gift of receiving is giving. The more you give, the more you receive. And understanding ultimate power is that any person in a position of power is there because of the people. Is there because of the people they follow them. There's no point if you're there all by yourself, and you're like, the king of your one lonely island. There's nobody there, there's nothing there, there's no point to it. Ultimate power is understanding that all the people that follow you, all the people that respect you and then want to be around you is the reason why you have that power. It's given to you by you giving that to others. But that happens because of belief. See, because belief in limits creates limited people. So you have to believe from the very beginning that you are deserving of ultimate power, you will have ultimate power, and you're on the path to achieving ultimate power. Having that belief is the foundation of what you're going to build this all on. So, but people that believe in it, people that believe that it's not for them, that it's undeserving, it's beyond them, that fixed mindset style, is the reason why they have those limits. Nobody put those limits on them. It's up to them to believe those limits, to create those limits themselves. So all winning starts with beginning. So you have to understand that, like, part of that, it's about what I talked about action. Is that you have to begin, you have to start, you have to take that action in from day one to then get to, to achieve success and to achieve more. You can't just sit and hope and wait. There has to be some form of deliberate action behind your decisions, behind your wants and needs to achieve that ultimate power. If you're going in there just hoping that, one day it's all going to happen, that one day will never happen. It'll always be tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. If you always have that mentality that tomorrow you'll be successful, tomorrow you'll be successful, but there's no action behind it, you'll never ever reach there. It'll always be something that's always just out of reach. See, part of that belief, part of that journey is understanding that you need to learn to judge yourself by your goals instead of by what your peers and people around you seem to be doing. Too many people have that victim mentality of thinking that, well, look, no one I know is successful, no one I know is wealthy, no one I know has achieved anything substantial. That is not how you should be judging yourself. You should be judging yourself, but what are your goals? What are your beliefs? What are you trying to achieve? And that is the reason why you're going to become successful, because it all flows in together. You you plan your work, you're going to, this is what I want to achieve. Here's the goals, milestones, and checkpoints that I'm going to reach. And based on those, that is how I'm going to reach that ultimate power. I believe it's going to happen, so I'm dispelling those limiting beliefs. And I'm winning because I'm beginning. And you're going to start putting forward all that action and understanding that with even knowledge, some knowledge, no knowledge, a lot of knowledge, regardless, it's the action is what is going to produce the results. Because how many people are there like that? There's librarians, that have enormous amounts of information, but very little amounts of success or wealth. But even they have all this potential. See, it's talking about that, like, if everything was always about purely reading and understanding it, every librarian would be a multi-billionaire. But the reason is because they don't put action behind all the knowledge that they acquire, the reasons why they are still where they are. And that's what they put them there. They might be happy where they are. But to understand that, to follow or subscribe to that mentality of that if I just keep acquiring knowledge, you won't get anywhere. It's like the people that sort of just like, I'll save all the money I've got. That's great. And it's great you've got security if anything happens. But you're always going to be limited because you're never doing anything with it. It's the action that you put in. You use that money, have that money start working for you. Investing in something, buying assets and things like that. You're putting action behind all that money you've acquired, and that is why you get ahead. It's the same thing here with knowledge. It's like there's no point in having a lot of knowledge, and not doing anything. You're never going to get anywhere. No point in having a lot of money. It'd be the same as having no money and a lot of money. If there's no action behind it, you're going to be in the same position. The person that has a little bit of knowledge but a lot of action is going to become very successful. The person that has a lot of knowledge and no action isn't going to become successful. Exact same thing with money. The person with a little bit of money but a lot of action will become successful. The person with a lot of money and no action won't become successful. It's the same thing anyway you do it. The winning starts with the beginning. And understanding that, like, to achieve ultimate power, you need to be applying all of these things together. All of these things, not just one, not just some, all of them. And that is how you'll eventually reach ultimate. But the first step, the first part, the main cake of it all is action. There's lots of parts there that are going to add to it. It's going to be the icing and the decoration. But the cake behind it, the bulk of it, is action. Is understanding that doing something is always better than doing nothing. Half a step is still moving you forward. 0 steps is 0 steps. No action is no action. Little action compounded will achieve success. No action compounded won't achieve success. 0 times 0 is 0. 1 plus 0.1 is still moving forward. It's still something. And when you can understand that, embody that, and think of that you just need to start. It's not always about needing to have everything prepared and ready. It's about you will gain momentum. The reason why, you have an avalanche or a snowball rolling down a hill and why it gets so big was because it started. The whole time it sat there and did nothing, it didn't grow. But the second it started moving, the momentum started to increase. It started to grow and grow until it became almost unstoppable. And it grew to an enormous size that no matter what stood in front of it, it would just roll through it, roll over it. And the same thing can happen with you, provided you begin with that action, provided you begin with something. The whole time that you're standing there doing nothing, you're never going to reach your potential, you're never going to achieve ultimate power. So to summarize quickly, ultimate power is all about one word, action. Knowledge isn't enough. There are people more successful than me that have half as much, quarter amount of knowledge that I do. And that people are successful with knowledge and without knowledge. It's about the action. And that understanding that for things to change, you have to change. For that snowball to grow, it had to change. It had to change from standing still to moving. Same thing with you. You have to understand that it's not what happens to you in life, but how you respond to it, how you react to it, how you handle it. But also understand that success doesn't happen by accident. It's a planned event. And that that ultimate power is the ability to achieve and produce the results that you desire, while also providing value for others in the process. But remember that for all that to happen, it has to happen with belief. And if you believe in limits, you will create limited people. If you believe there is no limit, that you always have a growth mindset, you can always get better, do more, that you are deserving of all of this, you will have unstoppable, unimaginable, proud success and achievement. Because all that winning started with beginning. And understand that at the end of the day, you need to learn to judge yourself by your goals instead of the people around you and what they seem to be doing. Because your goals are the reason why you're going to achieve success and why you're going to have success. And you need to judge yourself by the quality of those goals and the amount of goals that you have. Now, we're going to make a lot more of these videos for this training series to help you with your personal development goals. But that's all for now. So until next time, leave a comment below on what you like the most, and I look forward to sharing more with you in the next episode of Harry's Highlights.